G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_Gaming for another Dokkan Battle video. So for today's video here we're going to be following up the previous best teams where we went through 6 and to 10, and this time we're going to be going through teams 5 down to 1, obviously 1 being what I consider to be the best team in the game. So before we do jump onto it, don't forget to like and subscribe. I do team building guides for all the new units that come out and easy ace. So for our 5th place team here, I'm going to be going with the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now, I do know that a lot of people have sort of switched up on this guy in a lot of the newer content because, yeah, we've just come out against bosses that slot 1, turn 1 do outrageous supers, but I still think that AGL Gogeta's team can absolutely dominate. So, as you can see here, I've got for the strengths, great leader. He supports when you've got that entrance animation, which obviously on his own team he does. He's got the orb changing. The team has a phenomenal link set. Sharing that GT link just helps everything work really smoothly, and especially when you add on to that the fact that we do have like the Saiyan Roars of the world and all of that type of jazz. I think it helps this team to work really, really effectively. In terms of weaknesses, I think we do have sort of limited options. Now, if you look at who we've got here, we've got the AGL Gogeta, AGL Super Saiyan 3/4 Goku, Physical Super Saiyan 4s, the STR and Physical Pen, and then also the STR Super Saiyan Trunks. If you go further past this, you could bring in the STR Super Saiyan for Goku. He'd work really well. We've also got both of the Super Saiyan duo, not duos, the TUR, so the Int Vegeta and the Physical Goku. But after that, it does drop off relatively quickly. So I do think if we had some more regular updates here, that could definitely help this team out. And Ninja, I do list that as one of our weaknesses. We lack a revive, and as you've seen lately, these bosses just come out and do 6 billion damage straight off the bat. So having a revive can really help take off, I guess, some of the sting of that. You can get your damage in, and even though you're going to bite the bullet later on in the event, you know that you've got that up your sleeve. We've also got few dodge options here, and that sort of does also play into a lot of those difficult content stages that I was sort of just talking about, where you do need the slot 1 dodger, and yeah, this team just doesn't really have it. We've got the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku before you transform into Super Saiyan 4, and we've also got the physical pen there, but yeah, that can be a little bit dicey, but otherwise, in terms of this team build, it'd be a AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on each rotation. One of those with the AGL Super Saiyan 3/4 Goku, the other with the physical Super Saiyan 4s. That's then going to leave you to float the 2 pans and the STR Trunks. So you're going to have phenomenal support with our slot 3 units. And then, yeah, be our big time damage dealers on rotation. Moving into our 4th, and it definitely could be higher. We've got the Tech Vegeta, and maybe it does deserve to be higher because the leader skill of Pure Saiyans, Fused Fighters, and Earth Protecting Heroes is just absolutely insane. So yeah, for this one, we've got it's a lot of strengths, and that's a large coverage that I was just talking about with our leader skill. From that large coverage, we then have lots of supports and orb changes. When you get transformed into Tech Vegeta, I've got here that's almost a win button now. Some people might say that he can be touched defensively now, but the amount of offensive power that you are able to put out with the Tech Vegeta is still absolutely insane. Going back to that large coverage, that also offers large unit variety for this team. So you are able to mix in a good amount of units that can be used for either short or long form content, and just about every unit that is going to come out is going to fall under this leader category. So obviously a lot of strengths there. For the weaknesses, I've got question marks. I guess some could say maybe the Goku is weak in those first couple of turns and could get tagged, but I feel like he's definitely not the only one in that boat. So that's sort of tough to put that as a weakness. Yeah, and I guess maybe the fact that he's Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is a really powerful team, and it's going to continue to be a great leader skill. For this one in particular, I'd be going with the STR Blues alongside the Tech Gods. They share a bunch of links together, so that's always going to be a really effective rotation going forward. Then on the other rotation, I would go with the AGL Super Saiyan Gods. The Tech. I don't know what I'm saying there. The Tech Gods alongside the Super Saiyan Goku. So once you've got them both exchanged, you can go into Vegeta. Vegeta's going to be able to actually. He's not going to get the damage reduction support. Ignore that. I'd probably then go into. Changed my mind. Rotations here would be the STR Blues alongside the either the Super Saiyan Goku or the physical Vegito Blue. And then on the other rotation would go the Tech Gods with the AGL Super Saiyan 3/4 Goku. So that means the Gods are going to get that extra damage reduction support, and that's going to work really effectively. We'd float both the Vegetos and then also the Path to Power Kid Goku if you wanted to go along that route, or obviously, as I said, you could run the Tech Super Saiyan Goku alongside the STR Blues. But again, really powerful team. What I like is just the ability to, be really flexible in terms of the content that you are going to be taking on. Now the next team we've got, and could be a little bit controversial here that I've gone with an extreme team so high, but it is the physical Omega Shenron team. Now this could be a bit of bias because there is so many stages at this point in time that is able to have Divas applied, and that is something that this team does offer in bunches. So with Omega's team, you've got a great leader with amazing support. We've actually got probably too much orb changing, which is also funny to say, and so many of these units do provide support as well. So not much can really go wrong here. It's pretty crazy. So another thing I forgot to mention is you can also go pretty free-to-play friendly. Because obviously you've got SDR Nova here. If you wanted to take out, say, AGL Rose, you could bring in the in Shadow Dragons unit as well. So sub easy A for Tech Sin Shenron. We've got the super easy A for the STR Omega, who has been around for ages. A lot of people would have access to him, so worth noting as well. So yeah, I think there is quite a bit of flexibility that you can work with in this team in particular. For the weaknesses here, and as sort of the standard extreme style of weaknesses that we do run into, where we've got limited options, and that is because we get the point 3 there, the relatively irregular updates for extreme class units. We're really reliant on getting a good unit during a main banner or a major celebration like we did get with the global celebration with the Rose and the Omega. And see, we've got lacks a revive option. That's just same lines that I was going along with a few of the other team here. And also we also do lack dodge options. And given the current meta of massively hard hitting bosses, dodges are extremely important. But in terms of this team in particular, we'd be going with the physical Omega alongside the Tech Sin. They share a bunch of links together. Tech Sin getting the extra damage reduction support is so crazy. On that first turn, you can get him up to 90% damage reduction, so that's super effective. We'd then run the two Roses together. They link phenomenally. And then AGL Rose providing that extra support is massive for the STR Rose. Remember that the Roses aren't going to be getting the damage reduction support, but they will get the 70% support from the physical Omega, so that can be pretty clutch too. We're going to have orb changing in both the physical Omegas, the Tech, Sin, so we're going to have rainbow orbs galore. Yeah, honestly, this is sort of reminds me of the movie bosses team with Tech Broly and whatnot, where Extreme is really kicking goals at the moment. So another really powerful team. Then we've got the Int Super Saiyan Gohan team. So I actually did a video on this specific build the other day and was just talking about how I'm really enjoying running this Int Gohan build with just pure youth here. So for the strengths, we've got great leader, exchange flexibility. Now what I say with that is that the Int Gohan, if you need him to if you didn't build this as a youth team, or if there was dodge cancelling, you just leave him as he is. And if not, you can always just rock with him as a, like if you're not going up against any type of dodge cancelling, you can then go into Goten and Trunks, who are crazy good. So, the team also has lots of supports. As I said, Trunks has got that support. You look at this in particular, Pan, Part Power Kid Goku, physical Goten and Trunks can support. We've got orb changing in the AGL Goten and Trunks. And I've also got regular upgrades here. So that's not necessarily in terms of youth. We don't get the craziest amount of youth upgrades, but what we do get is pretty regular hybrids upgrades. So thought that was worth mentioning there. Weaknesses is, other than the Int Gohan, we do, or when you exchange into Goten Trunks, we can lack slot 1 options, which can definitely hurt the team a little bit, but still, I think when you do get that exchange off into Goten and Trunks as a full youth team, they can really perform that role for us effectively. We've got Laxa Revive, we've got the new Rip Vidal, but hopefully you guys didn't summon her, and she also goes against sort of the benefit of the full youth team, I guess is what I was trying to say. So you probably don't even want to be running her. And then I've got limited top tier options here. Now you may be thinking that is a weird one to sort of list, but it's because I'm sort of going with that we don't have the 10th anniversary LRs, or we don't have the ever 10th global celebration LRs on the team as well. So we're sort of missing that boat of being able to hit a lot of the units that have been carrying these other heavy hitting teams that you've seen so far. So that's sort of where I've gone with that one. But nonetheless, this team is still insanely busted. I've been loving running it. I think the Int Goten and Trunks feature here is just so crazy. The damage output that they can pump out is super busted. Dodging support, general support, it's just a very effective team here. So for this one in particular, rotations would be the Int Gohan on each rotation, one with the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and the other with the physical Goten and Trunks. That's going to leave you to float our 3 orb changes or supports there. I think Part Power Kid Goku providing the damage reduction support here is also a massive part of this team being so effective. STR Pan being able to get off a bunch of supers, providing that support to everyone. It's sort of like a massive win-win. So yeah, really do like what we're able to do with this team. Then the final one we have here, and it is what I would consider to be the best team in the game by far. We're rocking the STR Blue Goku Vegeta leader skills. So with that one, we've got the Future Saga Fuse Fighter lead. Now, while their lead is definitely amazing, I will say I wish they had something a little bit different. But as you can see here, for the strengths, we've got incredible leader. We've got lots of supports, orb changes. We're going to get continued major celebration bust with that fused fighter. We've got a variety of mechanics. As you can see, we've got exchanges, domains, target mechanic, etc. We've got a good unit variety in terms of taking on both short and long form content, with a lot of stackers available to us. We've got the dodge with the STR blues. You can't go wrong with that. And you can also mix extreme and super class units really well. as we spoke about before, with the SD, STR and the AGL Rosé, Int Merge Samasu, they all fall under this leader skill. So by combining them on this team, that can definitely still be really effective, because realistically, you don't have to run the STR Blues in slot 1. It just so happens that they are absolutely crazy and you can do so really easily. So weaknesses, because I guess it's Tech Vegito. I didn't like the Tech Vegito team. I didn't really want to leave it blank, but you can say that we do lack revives here, and maybe that's all you can really refer to, because in terms of getting content done, I don't think you're going to find a better team than this one. So rotations on this, it would be the STR Blues on one with the Int Vegeta and Trunks, and then on the other we'd be going with the physical Super Saiyan 4s and the AGL Gogeta. Now obviously you don't have to run AGL Gogeta. You could bring in some other fusion option and make that work. You just take out Int Vegito and also the physical Super Saiyan 4s. You could bring it back to sort of moving away from those GT options if you wanted. But yeah, we'd then float in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the friend STR Blues, and Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. But there you go, guys. That is what I consider to be the number one team / leader skill on the game. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think any of the other leader skills are better or not? I guess it is a bit of a balancing act on talking about teams or just leader skills. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on it all down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.